I'm in the middle of having a conversation with myself. So it's like when you work, when you put in the work, then it's like that, then it's no surprise when things happen for you. So basically what happened is I looked at my stuff for video consultation, and I'm like, you know what, I want to make money from doing video consultations and everything. So it's like put in the work. And right now, astrologically, the planets are they're doing something. I don't know the exact ones. I'm not a professional, so this is just me and where I've placed it into my life. But the planets have aligned something today where it's basically making us easier to, or when we make our decisions, the decisions are going to have a heavy influence on the things that are more authentic to us. So for example, I did 4 video consultations back to back to back, and I was talking to myself, and I'm preparing to do the written versions of the PDF, like basically final notes. And I told myself, I said, whoa, I said, let's just sit back, let's look at the perspective, change the perspective, or just like take a wider look at everything. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know, I did 4 videos back to back, like I'm just yeeting myself into the experiences, because it's about the experience. It's not life can't be planned out. And that's what I was doing. I was sort of planning out my life. I was like, okay, if I do this, that. But I planned up to a certain point to where I was like, okay, and after that, I don't care what happens. Let me just get through this part. What can I control right here? What are my intentions? Get clear on your intentions. What are my intentions? And then what can I do? What are the steps and the actions that I can do that will create experiences that'll be more aligned with my intention? Because I know this is just me off the top of my head. So I heard sirens this morning, and I was up at literally at 4:30. I woke up at 4:30, and I heard sirens, and I had just seen 444 on the clock. And I'm like, something in my head keep telling me, look up what the spiritual meaning of sirens is. And I'm like, okay. So I look it up, and it's like, it means that by doing the work, you're going to be brought the blessings. Or that's what it means for me. So I can pull up the picture, what I read. But it basically said this, and saying that by continuing to put in your hard work, like you're in the time right now where all you have to do is just the work. You just have to play your part. And so I've been telling myself this, and today I finally just looked at like my earnings or whatever, because I got like a tax thing document. So I looked at that, and I was looking at that, and I noticed, I basically saw the physical manifestation of my hard work, and it just sparked some type of inspiration in me, to where if the astrological transits are saying that it's easier to make decisions based off of your more authentic self by sorry, no, I'm not sorry, this is real life right now, like this is happening. I just felt like recording it. This is how I talk to myself every single day. I just tell myself the story of me and what's going on. I kind of pull myself out of it and look at it from a different perspective, as if my higher self is the one speaking right now, and my ego is just listening, being like, oh, you're right, I have been doing a good job. That's what I do when I'm having moments, whether good or bad. I'm just like, I separate myself, and I become my own parent, I guess, my own thing, because it's like, I am the one in charge of my body. I am the one in charge of everything that goes on. So I know what happens. I can't expect anything outside of me, or anyone outside of me, to understand or to heal me, because it's like, it's literally my job to do that. So sometimes that looks like you just sitting down and talking to yourself for how long? For 4 minutes, 10 minutes. I was doing this 10 minutes before, 5 minutes. I noticed after doing 4 consultations in a row yesterday and speaking to people, there was one last person, and they said this, it's crazy how I'm meeting you for the first time. And he said, I feel so much emotion. I get that all the time. People say, they're like, just hearing your words like spark something. But that's because a long time ago I learned that it's like your words hold a certain type, they give off certain vibration, sound waves, and it's like, and they're holding an energy, because the words that I speak are pure of heart, and connected to the heart chakra, to source energy, to light. Whatever you believe in, God, that's what it is. Divinity. And so that's what we are. So when we hear it in the present moment, or when we hear it in the physical, that's why I talk to myself out loud. When we hear it in the physical, it sparks something, because naturally we are physical beings. So it's easier for us to catch things when they are tangible, when they are out and about. Speaking takes the idea, takes the divine information, the divine light, whatever you want to call it, your thoughts, it takes it out and it brings it into a material aspect. Even though we can't see our words or anything, it creates an understanding just by making a noise. Like I'm creating motion. Again, I always talk about the importance of motion. So talking to yourself out loud is a way, with the intention of like kind of being like, hey, parenting yourself or whatever. I did not expect this to get this deep, but this is what I mean. This is the same thing, you know, when people say, oh, I have a channeled message, I don't exactly know what I'm tapping into. I know it could be just my higher self, or like my angels or ancestors or spirit team, but just like once I start to create movement from my mouth, once I start getting into that flow, and I feel it right here, where it's like it just has to come out. You know, when people are like, oh, that passionate energy, this is how I speak. It's like when people hear me, they're like, your words sound like spoken word. Like I got chills hearing you. And at first I was like, huh? But it's like sound vibrations. If we're 90% earth, 90%, 70% water, and when you speak to water, or like when you just create, you know, like water, putting music over water and like the water ripples or whatever, sound waves, you can physically see the waves moving, even though the waves on the water moving, even though you don't see the sound waves. It's the same thing. Think about because emotions are connected to the water element. Whew, Jesus. Emotions are connected to the water element. And you have a bunch of emotions inside of you. And when my vibrations hit your heart, hit the emotions within you, it like starts to rumble it up, create those waves within you, to where then your own light can't deny it. And then you start asking, you're like, whoa, what is this feeling? Because that's pure energy. That's actuality. 7 minutes.